It is Monday. I'm Deirdre Fitzpatrick.
And I'm Teo Torres. So we're starting a new work week, and it is a really interesting forecast. It looks like it's going to be a wet one. Or is it?
Or is it? I mean, the headlines over the weekend on social media and on a lot of websites are kind of scary, but you've got a reality check for
We
us.
do, and yes, you're going to hear a lot about the West Coast in particular getting some good rainfall this week, but it just depends on your location. Much like real estate, location will mean everything. So I'll break down what you can expect as we go forward. What I can tell you right now outside, a few passing clouds. We have light south wind. Temperature is 50 degrees currently in Sacramento, and that's a view behind you of Rancho Cordova. So we'll see some thick cloud cover to start the day, and then into the afternoon we'll see more sunshine revealed. We'll get into the mid 50s by lunchtime with daytime highs pushing into the mid to upper 60s. So today it's going to run a little cooler than what our weekend felt with those highs yesterday, especially into the 70s. So we're watching this stretch here of the clouds. You can clearly see there's a bit more cloud cover into our north and then also to the delta and beyond that towards the bay. We're seeing some breaks in the clouds around Stockton and Modesto, and then a batch of clouds rotating there south of South Lake Tahoe this morning. There's been a bit of a breeze though in the mountains. That's keeping the temperatures above freezing. 40 right now in South Shore, waking up to 55 in Placerville, 48 in Auburn, 51 currently with a few clouds scattered there around Fairfield. Next 24 hours, well, we're partly cloudy for the morning, starting out the day in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow morning, it's a different story. You're going to need to grab that rain gear. I'll track and time out the rain for tomorrow and beyond that through the rest of the week, coming up in your full forecast. 6:02 is the time. If you're getting out on the roadways, Aaron, what's out there?
Yeah, we're starting in the capital city and everything moving so nicely this Monday morning. You're taking a live look at the traffic flow headed towards Davis. I-80 west of Capitol Avenue looking fantastic. This our only sticky spot in Sacramento, so let's keep it up. If we take a look at Stockton, you're taking a live look at California 4 down Union Street, so down their downtown area, everything moving nicely. One small accident just popped up. I'll have more details in our next 20 minutes or so. Other than that, Tracy has had some sticking points, but nothing too crazy this morning. One that it's about to move off of the interstate. This is the right lane blocked, Interstate 580 westbound. A live look right there at 580 west of Patterson Road. Now, if we take a look at our drive times to the bay, everything under 30 minutes, so great sign. I-5 to 580 28, 205 to 680 28, and Sacramento just looking fantastic. Whoop, we just hit 13, but not too shabby this Monday morning. Back to you.
All right, thanks. We're actually doing team traffic today because coming up in just a few minutes, our traffic expert Brian Hickey is going to be joining us in Live Copter 3. He's going to show you the commute this week from the sky. We're looking forward to that. Again, that's just minutes away.
So we're just a few days away from the start of the Thanksgiving travel rush. And this morning, AAA has just released its holiday travel forecast.
KCR 3's Leticia Ordaz live along I-5 now in Sacramento, taking a look at just how crowded it could be.
Deirdre and Dale, good morning. It's expected to be very crowded next week. We're looking at the commute here, I-5 and Centerville Road. In Sacramento, things are flowing quite smoothly, but AAA projects next week that won't be the case. The roads are expected to be very congested, especially the day before Thanksgiving. That's actually the worst day to travel, so keep that in mind as you're making your plans. 55.4 million Americans are expected to travel more than 50 miles from home over the Thanksgiving holiday period. This year's holiday forecast is a 2.3% increase over last year, and this is the third highest since 2000. With all of that said, AAA says 49.1 million people will get behind the wheel. If you have to travel on November 22nd, you should be prepared for long delays. And AAA says the worst time to travel is between 2 and 6 p.m. And they say the best time, if you really have to hit the road the day before Thanksgiving, is to try to leave for your destination before 11 a.m. And if you're flying, keep in mind the airports will be the busiest next Tuesday and Wednesday. Reporting live in Sacramento, Leticia Ordaz, KCRA 3 News.
Thank you, Leticia. We should mention, too, airport officials say a lot of people packed food for the Thanksgiving holiday. You will want to check the TSA website about the do's and don'ts. So your gravy doesn't get thrown out. It is a liquid, after all.
That's right. Well, it depends on the gravy now, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, so if you're one of the many people who will be traveling to Southern California for the holiday, you might have to adjust your route. This morning, we're getting our first commute test following a fire that has shut down I-10 in the heart of LA. Here is the aerial view there of the commute going over the city. We've been watching this for a little while, and what we're seeing is a lot of cars that have had to go that direction. They're diverting to the side streets. And as you know, now they just don't have the ability to take all those cars.
Yeah.
This is an aerial view that was shot yesterday, and just seeing that thing empty is just so strange, isn't it? Think about all the thousands of cars that go through it. It's because of this. This is the fire that went underneath the freeway bridge. Look at how much damage there is. It's obvious to the eye, but right now they're waiting on getting the results of actual testing that has been done on the concrete that is under there and, of course, those pillars.
Once we get clearance that the area is fully safe, our structural engineers will get full admittance into the site, and we'll be able to work with Power Lifts to conduct sound tests on those damaged columns and, again, the underside of the deck of the bridge.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says that the goal is to get the freeway open, obviously, as early as possible, but the problem is they don't even have a timeline on that. Now, responding to this fire is going to cost California taxpayers a lot of money. Caltrans did secure a $3 million emergency contract to clear out hazardous material, handle the road closures, and then do any possible restoration work that will be needed. The final cost, however, will likely go a lot higher. Now, the state might also get some help from the feds. LA Mayor Karen Bass says the Biden administration is committed to getting that freeway open.
Secretary Buttigieg called and wanted me to assure the people of Los Angeles that the White House stands with us as we work to rebuild, and they have committed to ensure us that there will be no obstacle that stands in our way.
Governor Newsom did join the mayor to tour the damage yesterday. The governor's office did share some photos from that meeting. Newsom says that the state is moving resources and taking some steps to make sure that any needed repairs get done as quickly as is possible.
Well, a Sacramento neighborhood absolutely fed up after residents say cars are doing donuts and they're dangerously close to their homes. It happened this weekend. The most recent was late Friday night into Saturday morning on Jansen Drive, east of Stockton Boulevard, south of Fruit Ridge. Take a look here. Surveillance video obtained by KCRA3 showing a car doing donuts there right in front of this house and speeding out of the neighborhood. Skid marks on the road show just how close the cars got to the homes as well.
You know, my kids being in a room right there, so I wouldn't want anyone crashing into my house and possibly, you know, killing one of my kids, hurting my kids.
This comes as Sacramento police ramp up efforts to stop illegal sideshows. Photos from the department showing officers learning about and then responding to a sideshow near Mack Road and Valley High Drive Saturday night. Police say there were about 100 vehicles in that area at the time. Officers used vehicle seizure warrants to stop 5 trucks and then towed them away.
World leaders now gathering in San Francisco this week for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, more commonly known as APEC.
20,000 people are attending, including political leaders and ministers from member countries, CEOs from some of the world's largest companies. The APEC members represent more than 60% of the world's economy, and they will focus on trade and investment, innovation, and sustainable and inclusive growth.
Free, free Palestine!
Protesters already have been making their voices heard, many of them protesting the Israel-Hamas war, but corporate profits, environmental issues, and poor working conditions across the globe also are being protested. Vice President Harris will be there tomorrow. President Biden will meet with Chinese President Xi a little later this week.
Moving now to the latest on the war in Israel with Hamas. And after another deadly weekend in Israel, Hamas health officials there say thousands of people have fled Gaza's largest hospital. And we're getting new video inside the war zone. Some of it may be hard to watch. Now, hospitals in the war-torn territory are collapsing as they run out of food and fuel while surrounded by intense fighting. Israel claims Hamas fighters have constructed bases under medical facilities, making them legitimate military targets. The UN says the number of trucks delivering humanitarian aid to people in Gaza is actually far below what is needed. With civilian deaths growing, there have been more calls around the world for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
Well, the U.S. and Israel are outlining some plans for Gaza after the war ends. Israel's prime minister is adding a hands-on approach to manage the region.
And that's something the U.S. opposes. Brandy Cummings joins us now with a look at what the leaders are suggesting.
Hey guys, good morning. The U.S. envisions a Palestinian-controlled government in Gaza while Israel proposes its own control of the area. Israeli forces have North Gaza surrounded, bringing a full force of airstrikes and shelling, intent on ending Hamas's 16-year rule of Gaza. while the U.S. presses Israel to expand the daily pauses, allowing civilians to escape and more aid to go in. It's also pushing for control under a unified Palestinian government in Gaza and the West Bank. That as a step toward a Palestinian state, something Israel, though, strongly opposes.
There can be no reoccupation of Gaza. There can be no forcible displacement of the Palestinian people from Gaza, and there can be no reduction in the territory of Gaza.
When Israel left Gaza, it handed the keys over to the PA. And what happened? Within a very short time, Hamas took over, kicked them out. They weren't willing to fight Hamas. They're still not willing to fight Hamas.
On considering a ceasefire with Hamas, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't consider one until all hostages are released. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Authority, which manages control of the West Bank, has so far rejected the U.S.'s appeal to take over Gaza, that without a long-term diplomatic solution. Teo Deirdre, back to you.
All right, Brandy, thank you.